to this episode of 39 Coasters. Today we're going to talk about roller coaster number 6 on our list, which is Rita at Alton Towers. Rita was introduced to the park in 2005, and to this day it's one of the only big coasters that Alton Towers have opened since Nemesis was introduced in 1994 that wasn't marketed as a secret weapon. So before Nemesis was revealed, it was referred to as Secret Weapon 3, and since then we've had Oblivion, Galactica, 13, the Smiler, and the Wicker Man, and they were marketed as Secret Weapons 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 respectively before they were revealed.
So there are two theories as to why Rita herself wasn't given the secret weapon treatment. The first was due to the ride's reduced theming when compared to other coasters in the park, such as Nemesis or Oblivion. The second is that it was a relatively unoriginal installation for the park. Alton Towers like their secret weapon rides to be first. So Nemesis was Europe's first inverted coaster, while Oblivion was the world's first dive coaster. And the first with a vertical drop, well, nearly vertical, at 87 degrees.
It's not vertical.
No, it's not. They didn't have the technology at the time to actually make it vertical, so they just kind of rounded it up for the marketing. But it was the world's first dive coaster, so... But while Rita is the only launch coaster currently at Alton Towers, it's not the first to have been at the park. Launch coasters are descendants of the shuttle coasters, which were developed in the late 1970s, the very first of which originally opened as King Cobra at King's Dominion, but it was later rehomed to Alton Towers in 1990 and renamed the Thunder Looper. Rita was the first Intamin accelerator coaster in the UK, and the first of the modern launch coasters featuring a hydraulic launch. However, it's unlikely that that was significant enough in 2005 for it to have been marketed as a secret weapon.
Rita was originally named Rita Queen of Speed, and the ride was once themed to a drag race, the car variety rather than the RuPaul type. Riders were board on one of two trains which were themed to be like brightly coloured cars, like an exciting drag race. So before the launch, you'd have a cheerful, enthusiastic announcement being played, telling the riders to get those engines revving, go, and then you get launched. And during the launch, you go from 0 to 61 miles an hour in 2.5 seconds, which is really quite neat. Then you traverse a kind of figure 8 track with some airtime hills and twists and stuff, and the ride is over in 25 seconds.
The ride is over in exactly 25 seconds, yeah. But the Queen of Speed unfortunately lost her accolade in 2009, when the area in which it's based changed from Ugland to the Dark Forest, in order to be a more appropriate home for the eerily themed Secret Weapon 6, 13. And the ride was renamed then to simply Rita. The ride experience is the same, but the track was repainted from bright red to a darker purplish red, and the entrance and ride cabin were covered in dark, creeping vines. Despite her dethronement and her decay, as the first hydraulic launch coaster in the UK, I believe that Rita is a worthy addition to our list. So we are here today to ride Rita at Alton Towers, number 6 on our list of 39 notable UK roller coasters. Rita is in the Dark Forest section of the park, which you can see kind of some of the theming here behind and around me. What's happened now, since this area has been rethemed to the Dark Forest, is that Rita herself has been given a much darker theming, and that really shows around the area. The story is now that she's still a drag race, but that actually you're using Rita to escape from the Dark Forest because the Dark Forest has taken over. So now we see this kind of darker purple theme, and we see the kind of forest, the fronds kind of creeping in. If you look over at the sign back at the entrance to the ride itself, you'll see that it's been overgrown by these vines coming from the Dark Forest. So super excited today to ride Rita. We're going to go from 0 to 61 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds, which is pretty neat. It's an Intamin accelerator coaster. It's got one launch, and we'll see you on the other side. Hi, so we just got off Rita at Alton Towers. That was definitely one of the best rides on Rita that I've ever had, actually. Those who know me know that it's no great secret that this is not my favourite ride in the world. And I think particularly my criticism of it has been that it tries to be intense without trying to be fun. But actually today we rode it in the back row, which I would say is probably my favourite seat now on Rita. We really got a lot of airtime in that ride.
Which I wasn't, not something I expect out of Rita, or like I'm anticipating. Like, I haven't actually been on Rita for a couple of years because I haven't found it that fun, and I've gone to do the like arcade pay-to-play shooting game whilst everyone else has gone on it when we visited. But I did it today for the list, and I actually really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Would you ride Rita again, do you think?
In the back seat, yeah.
In the back seat, yeah.
Yeah.
But not in any other seat?
Yeah, and definitely not if I had a full stomach.
Okay, I think that's reasonable. To be fair, I also quite like this ride in the front. I do enjoy, this has got a hydraulic launch, so it does feel pretty powerful, and getting the kind of feeling of sitting in the front row with just all that kind of wind rushing towards your face, seeing what you're going into, that could be really fun on a launch coaster as well.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But yeah, to summarise, we had a great ride on Rita today, and I would definitely recommend putting this on your list if you've not ridden it yet.
It's not the best launch coaster.
It's not the best launch coaster.
It's not the fastest.
It's not the best launch coaster in the UK. It's not the fastest. It's not the best ride. But you know what? It's the first one of its kind that came to the UK, and that's pretty notable. And it is a fun ride. I do like what they've done with the theming in terms of incorporating it into the Dark Forest and linking it up with 13's backstory.
Yeah.
So I think they've done a good job with that. Overall, I prefer this area as the Dark Forest than I did as Ugland.
I never saw it as Ugland, but from what I imagine Ugland was like, I do think this is probably quite a lot cooler.
Yeah, I think this is cooler. I think this fits kind of Alton Towers a lot better. It is quite a kind of dark and creepy park. So this ride with its kind of re-theming as it stands now really fits that brief. So yeah, so that's Rita. Not my favourite ride, not my favourite launch coaster, not my favourite ride in the park, but perfectly good, and I think a valid and worthy addition to this.
It's not worth coming to Alton Towers for, but it's worth riding if you're coming to Alton Towers.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.